Hi, my name is Katia Labranche, and I'm an artist that tends to use colored pencils. So my creative process starts in a variety of ways. I find the most often I will find a frame that I find interesting. I'll let that kind of guide the decision in my drawing. So whether it be from the color or the texture or the pattern of the frame, even the shape, it'll help guide me into what I want to draw to complement it. I've explored a variety of mediums during my art practice, however, I always seem to come back to using colored pencils. I find that drawing for me is just a safe place where I get to explore what's in my mind in a more natural way. I find that art making is something for me to bring myself joy, so I like drawing with something that gives me comfort. The inspiration behind Sweet Dreams came to me while I was struggling to fall asleep one night. I just started to reflect on how much easier it was to fall asleep when we were kids and how it was more of a magical experience to go to bed. You'd get tucked into these big cozy blankets and you'd read these whimsical stories about enchanting animals, and you'd be encouraged to fall asleep with sweet dreams in mind. So I just thought that I would have this opportunity to try and reflect on that. So the I Dream of series, I've sort of integrated my own memories and reflections on places that I lived when I was a kid. I grew up in a military family, so we moved around a lot, and I find that a lot of my memories are connected to animals from those locations. So whether it be a stingray that stung my dad when we lived in Florida, or to the chickadees that came and flew into our hands in North Bay, every animal represented means something to me, and I wanted to showcase that in the show. The jar that's on display is full of the pencil shavings from creating this show. This opportunity came with a pretty quick turnaround, so I thought it was the perfect opportunity to start the process with collecting all of these shavings, sort of also to showcase how much work goes into art making. I think it's easy for visitors to come in and appreciate the art and see its beauty, but maybe can't visualize how much effort goes into making that happen. So this was just a unique way for me to be able to display that. I hope that when visitors come to see Sweet Dreams, they are able to escape their own pressures or their own stresses that they're feeling that day. I just want to be able to provide a moment of comfort and a moment of peace and whimsy for visitors. The world is a pretty chaotic and dark place at times, so I hope that my art can bring them some happiness, and if it sparks inspiration for them to want to go back home and get their own coloring pencils out and do some drawing, I just think that's really neat to be able to give to someone.